Okay, today's episode of the Homer Cocktail Hour. It's a real doozy here, baby. It's a real doozy. I decided to take off. I'm going to hit Northern California where my sister lives first. And then I might go to Seattle from there. I've already packed up my computers. I have a few towers. I put 2 of them already in the trunk right here. It's not even 6 o'clock in the morning. It's about 5:45 right here. Put my keyboard underneath the keyboard. I have 2 tower computers. Basically, first of all, I'm gonna put some backlog videos after this right here, and part of that is pure social reasons of what I'm gonna be doing later on in the day. I'm going to be possibly heading to the youngest of my sister's house. She lives out towards LA. And I like to stop like at a Starbucks or whatever. I've been fasting, by the way, for a couple of days. Last time I went to Starbucks, loaded a couple of hour-long videos. And I only drank iced tea. Yesterday, all I had to eat was grapes, basically. And it's good to clean out your system once in a while. Basically, my money's about to run out, and I can't find a job down here. Okay, in Southern California, live in Montana at the moment, and I stayed here way longer. I never thought I'd be one day over here. This land has been family since I was a toddler, but it was never meant to be a residence necessarily. If it was meant to be a residence, the plan was that there would be a house built here, an actual house, not a trailer. But life had different plans, you know. So I'm packed up in there, and part of me is very excited. And it's somewhat dichotomous, my thinking on this. It's an either or, if you will. I'm going to go out there, and this land right here was supposed to be my inheritance. This 1.5 acres of land that I've been on. And on the Zillow app, it's at 285 right now, 285,000. Me and my sister, we're hurting really bad for cash, and both of us are having a hard time finding jobs. I have a bachelor's degree from one of the Claremont colleges. She's in the Screen Actors Guild. And theoretically, my dad could sell this land and put us on our way. Basically, cash in my inheritance early. We had hard times economically for many years. Started with the pizza investment in 1990, where our house was put up for collateral. The house we lived in was 2 lots over that way. And the same year I was admitted to the Claremont College as 95, you know, we lost our house. So it was a big struggle. And 10 years after we lost our house, the last of the liens were paid off. There was liens on this place right here. So we almost lost even this thing. But somehow, my dad managed to recover. But he doesn't have, at least up to this point, he doesn't have the spread the wealth kind of attitude that, you know, you might think other people might have. And, hey man, it's not easy to live out here, bro. It's not easy. You know, I'll leave it at that. I look forward to being in Seattle. If I wind up in Seattle, I look forward to being out there. I set the 2 videos last night of the Homer Cocktail Hour to private. That way there's no alarms going off till after I'm on my way. And even then, I'm not positive I'll make it all the way out there. I plan to go to my sister's in San Jose area first. And, you know, maybe she'll put me up for a while, and maybe I'll get a job there, and there'll be a different plan. Either way, this is my hometown right here, Fontana. And I was born in San Bernardino, spent a lot of my life in San Bernardino, basically born and raised in the Inland Empire. But it doesn't feel like home anymore, at all. At all, bro. It doesn't feel like home at all. I'm befuddled about why I cannot get a job. So I have some backlog videos, and a lot of times when I load my videos, it's more about making a point, you know, and, you know, today's topic is this, or today's topic is that. But I might happen to put something on that has a point. But the primary reason I'm doing anything right now is this introduction, which is, hey, I'm on my way. The decision's been made. I was pretty much 95% 2 days ago. And I really mulled it over. And what it came down to is, if I'm going to crash and burn, and this is where the dichotomy is, okay, if I'm going to crash and burn, I do not want to crash and burn here, where I never planned to be to begin with, okay? I do not want to crash and burn at a place that, hey man, this was like emergency shelter, basically, you know? We're talking about, you know, you're in a ravine because a hiking trip went wrong, and you gotta stay there and, you know, signal for help or some shit, you know? But it's not supposed to be where you live. You know, you might have fond memories of some kind of freak thing like that. And I might have fond memories of being at this place, okay? The shit hit the fan, and we lost our house. And somehow I made it to the Claremont colleges, got a bachelor's degree. But I can't get a job here, man. So, it's coming on 6 o'clock. I have a lot of backlog videos. I'm going to try to do it quick, but at the same time, I'll try to diversify. I might have something when I'm in the car. I might have something from a year ago, and, you know. But the main thing is, I want to have something that's going to be on my laptop, so I have an excuse to stop at the coffee shop later on, you know, and use their Wi-Fi and crap. So, I'm excited. I swear to God, I'm excited, baby. And I hope things work out. So, you know, in summary of the dichotomy, though, if my dad cares, okay, and if he utilizes the tools that he has now, if he breaks out of the pattern of this emergency situation that came about, okay, if he cares, right now he has a few rentals in San Jacinto. He has a place in Vista, which is near Oceanside in the San Diego area. He has a house in Corona that used to be his mom's. So the tools are definitely there. They weren't necessarily there 10 years ago when there was liens on this property and on the other, and on that property that he had in Corona. Everything else came after that, you know, all the other stuff in San Jacinto and this. But if he cares, he can help me and my sister right now. My sister came down for a month, and she had me watch a video that she texted me the link to. Mike and the Mechanics, called The Living Years. Okay? Basically, don't wait till you're dead, dude. Don't wait till you're dead, you see. You gotta do the shit that's important during the living years. You gotta do it while you're alive. You gotta tell people you love them, or you gotta show them you love them while you're alive, okay? So, basically, I'm gonna go out there, and I think I have a better shot in Seattle. And if he cares, he'll help me out. He'll give me my inheritance early, or he'll pay for the first and last in a fucking house or apartment or something like that, whatever it takes. And if he doesn't care, then I'm glad I'm gone anyway. So, this is the Homer Cocktail Hour. I'm at 10 minutes right now, and I have other clips that might be 10 minutes, maybe a little longer, a little shorter. But I'm off, baby. You guys have a good time. It's been a fucking ride, I'll tell you that. Okay, here. It's August. It's August the 1st, 2014. I have mixed feelings right now. I have some mixed experiences. A lot of positive stuff. But it only takes a couple of bad things to happen, you know, to counterweight a few good things that have happened, whatever. Right now it's a Friday, and a couple of days ago we went to a jazz festival for the alumni of the school I went to. And it turned out okay. My sister was there and my dad was there, and for a short period we seemed to be having a good time and all. And drove back to my dad's place. Got there at about 4 in the morning, and my sister had been staying with them for about a little more than a month. She got laser surgery done on her eyes, and she got some dental work. But she had some other bills going on, and about an hour ago or so, I got a text from my dad, and he screenshotted a text that she sent him, basically saying that, you know, when she was gone for that month, she wasn't working, and she thought, you know, the inference seemed to be that she thought he was going to pay some of her bills, like her phone bill and a couple of other things there. So she pretty much said, have a good life. She's going to get work soon. She's going to move out of the state and all. So I'm going to call my bank real quick, and I'll tell you why. It's about 2:30 right now, and I have one more paycheck that's, you know, before my fucking money runs out. I have $1 in the bank. Why this matters right here, I'm not sure. But let's call my bank. One of my branches closed. One of my sisters went to deposit my check around noontime, and the branch was closed. Huh? What? No. I'm not getting great coverage right now. It says 5 bars, but I'm not seeing 3G symbol. I'll try it again. Here we go. No, it's not working. It's not working. Okay, well, it says 3G again. But right before I grabbed the camera, it didn't say 3G. That'll turn to a little 0, and sometimes the 3G thing will disappear altogether. Oh, there's not good coverage. Usually I get decent coverage right here. Oh, it's still fucking good. Yeah. See what I'm talking about? The 3G disappears.
Welcome to Thank you. By the way,
No.
Okay, thank you. Here's your account information. Your current available balance is $901.
Boom. There, the check cleared.
Here's the balance again.
Okay. About an hour ago it was $1 though. Fucking $1. So I couldn't take care of some of my errands starting to feel a little weird, you know, and a bunch of people seem to be going through the same crap. And the thing that keeps recurring in my head is that it's a generation thing, you know. There was a period in the late 90s when it seemed like my generation, the young kids, and we were only in our 20s, there was still a youth culture, very much a youth culture. And it seemed like me and my friends and all, you know, we partied, we went to Vegas, we did all this fun stuff. It seemed like we had a lot more control over, you know, what went on out there. And it seemed like all our parents were lonely people, and, you know, on New Year's Eve, going from 97 to 98, one of my buddies said, hey, we should get all our dads together, and that kind of turned out a little weird and shit, you know. But looking back, it was almost since then that it changed, where me and my buddies stopped talking to each other. And it seemed like the older generation started doing what we used to do, hanging out and shit. And I'm going to say, though, that it feels sometimes that it's deliberate. That it seems like some of the older generation tries to keep us separated, you know, for whatever reason, you know, control, you know, desire, power, etc. But I'm not going to worry about it. I'm not going to worry about it right now. You know, I have this last paycheck, and I got to get working, baby. You know, my sister said she's going to move out of state if she didn't get working, and she's very resentful. And you know, term subsistence keeps coming up in my head too, about whatever help that we ever seem to get a good deal of it. It almost seems like it's barely enough to have a snowball's chance in hell, you know? Barely enough to eat a little food or something, you know? Here's the fucking money, now you can eat ramen or some shit, you know? We'll see what happens. But, no, there's a few of us, there's a handful of us that are going through the same thing about, hey man, I really can't exert myself any more than I did. I have excellent work reviews, I have a bachelor's degree from a school that's hard to get into. And this world basically said fuck you to me, you know? This world said fuck you to me, you know? So, you know, I'm gonna go ahead and focus on the regular laborer, you know, kind of stuff, and forget that I have a degree, you know? I'm gonna say, alright man, move boxes around, look at empty trash cans if I have to. Because the other thing, as much as I tried and I wrote a few books, you know, that didn't pan out. But my check cleared. My fucking last check, my final fucking check cleared. And I'm going to try to stay as positive as I know how to stay. And hopefully I don't go out there and do anything stupid like buy a guitar or something. I'm not going to do that, but we'll see how it goes. I get the feeling that this might be empty though. I've been staying here for a while, and if I can't get a job, man, I'm gonna wind up. I thought about running away to Seattle or someplace. And my sister wants to jet out to Utah herself, but this place is fucking not what it used to be, Southern California. Maybe it is if you're a certain group out there. I was talking to my dad about this too, that, you know, the fucking owners, the business owners out there, they don't like people that are educated and have history with unions, that, you know, they just rather do without it and hire someone that's undocumented. And that's the truth. That's just the fucking truth in a lot of cases. And it's scary. It's fucking scary, dude. You know? I don't know where the fuck am I paychecks are coming from. I hope I get a job, but we'll see how it goes. Okay, Homer Cocktail here, vlogging tonight. Doing some vlogging tonight. That's what light bulbs are. I'm making progress as far as, you know, the filing and all. That light bulb. That's impressive. You can't really see it. I'm looking through the little screen, but it's one of those coiled, you know, low energy. It's anyway. Oh, let's go in the bathroom. Let's go in the bathroom. Look at this thing. This is how I've been getting by. I should probably clean that, but because the inside screwed up, so for about a year or two, I modified a hose because the fucking thing wouldn't turn off. There's always streaming water, so I had to crank the little oval thing that's this bottom down there. Yeah. Off real quick, and then then I flush it, and that's where the water comes from, is this little hose at the sink. And this should be embarrassing. And it hangs right up there. The hole right there is because there was a mouse that ate through the hose. It's not, a real stiff hose, and there was water streaming out a couple years ago. July, right here, 2013 right now. Finally cleared this room out and vacuumed it. That's progress. Progress always feels good. And the other room over here, I'm doing my filing. This was a good purchase, it turns out. I bought this in March. It's a scanner. Printer, and it'll accept pictures over Wi-Fi. So, great cordless world we're coming into here. There's two old cameras up there, they don't work. And here's the files I was talking about. Trying to organize my life. I have boxes of stuff. There's a few of the boxes right there. And basically, I might feel a little embarrassed about how life turned out if I think it was only me that was going through crazy times and all. This great recession of 2008. Back in the 90s, is when I started hearing that, fucking it was going to happen as far as, these bubbles and collapses and all. We lost our house in 1995, and that seemed to be a little earlier than a lot of people that lost them, and, obviously 96, 2000, 2005, 2008, whatever. A lot of people were losing their homes. But the lands where I'm at right here, this is, not a traditional house, it's a fucking trailer and all. But, hey man, it's been survival. And, I managed to graduate from one of Claremont colleges. We lost our house right before I started going to the Claremont colleges. I wrote a book this year called Thermite. I still have my mental faculties. These are work reviews right here. In the middle of all the uncovering of files and all. There's 35 pages of work reviews from the 90s. This is the beginning of it. Is in obviously I was hired on July 23rd, 1990, and we're 23 years later. The last of the reviews here. Is let's find out real quick. Crap. Oh, here's one in 96. My fires are going to leave of absence. Basically, They fired me on January 2nd, 98. But this is the longest stint. See, my last review, I started a leave of absence right after this. This was May 23rd, 97. And then I went up to Seattle. Went to Seattle and did an internship with the union. And it's been, like I said, more than 10 years. Yeah, these things are filed here. This, for example, see, this is the union summer. Yeah. And I'm not sure if there's a date right there. Once again, July 18th, 97. So I went to Seattle and, 97 was also the year that, Michael Moore did his Downsize This movie. You know, he wrote a book called Downsize This, and he went on a tour and did a documentary on it. So that was around the time that NAFTA had already passed, and a lot of labor just zoomed out of the country. The way Ross Perot was describing what was going to happen, and this is back in 92 when he was running for president. Do you hear that sucking sound? You hear that sucking sound? That's the sound of our jobs leaving. Speaking of sucking, here's a box that's a little vacuum, I guess. That's funny. So right here, so eventually in the 2000s, I started a corporation called God Rockefeller Productions and Business Enterprises. And now I gotta see, here's all the envelopes there. Different years. Right there, Mr. Edward Corona, Sunset Boulevard, Hollywood, California. This is a company corporation. They were my registered agent. See that? Here's another one. Because every year they send these things. I was in business for 5 years. Something broken, don't fix it, right? And there's actually a couple more over there. See, I don't know why I separated them. But, did a lot of filing, and I'd rather be at the bottom with an upward direction, and that's almost where I feel like I'm at right now, than at the top and believing it could only get worse. It's only going to get worse from here, So, I'm looking for a job like many people are, and, like I said, here's 35 pages of reviews from, Warehouse, and what I didn't show, let's just go to one of them. Excellent. See, excellent. I had nothing but excellent reviews. Nothing but excellent reviews by and large. Let's go to another one. See, excellent. Oh, I got it good. But this, these are categories within the whole thing. The overall thing is going to be excellent. See, here's, excellent. Excellent. Everything's excellent. There's a good. That's as bad as it'll ever get with me. Days absent, 2 for this 6-month period. Times late, 1. That's not bad. Outstanding. I even got an outstanding. See, for that. Come on, work. But this is the overall one where it's signed, and once again, excellent. And I got fired. Like I said, I got fired. The very last page of this is pretty much saying, hey man, even though there was a written, this is my paraphrase, but even though there's a written agreement that we had about you being on leave of absence, we decided we're going to fire you. And obviously, this company, which eventually sold to Staples, they're openly anti-union. And during the Downsize This, kind of, art reflecting life there. Hey man, Well, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do, man? Get pushed around, or are you gonna stick up for your rights? We're at 10 minutes. That's all I got, man. Woo! Okay, I'm headed to a coffee shop right now. Upload some videos. Later on, I'm going to a jazz festival. Wow. It's one of the videos I'm loading. One of the longer ones I've loaded. It's more than an hour, you know, hour 16 minutes. It's about vegetarianism. And the Jazz Festival is sponsored by a school I graduated from in 2011. It's crazy, huh? Crazy, man. I'll get a job pretty soon, baby. Otherwise I'm gonna crash and burn. Crash and burn. There we go. Organ my egg. Uh-oh. Almost turned on the radio. Here we go. Off to the coffee shop. What's everyone calling it, the coffee shop, huh? Everyone wants a plug. Everybody wants a fucking plug, baby. Don't they, though? You go to the fucking coffee shop. Maybe afterwards have a soda. Everyone wants a fucking plug, huh? Anyway, live music sounds really good. Okay, about to get on the freeway up here. That's Riverside Avenue from Sierra Avenue. So San Bernardino East right there. Alright, San Bernardino East. On the freeway here at Riverside Avenue. We're looking for some employment. A lot of people out there hurting pretty bad. Time to get working, huh? Sometimes you lose something or something comes up missing. Usually it'll turn up. But this last time I did my laundry, because I do my laundry at a public place, I don't like to stick around, to watch, just to wait for my laundry to get done. Missing a couple of my better shirts, I noticed. I have a black shirt and a dark gray shirt that I can't seem to find. And, I was wondering about that. It's an honor system, pretty much. A lot of people won't leave their clothes tumbling in the dryer. I don't go very far, but usually I'll go get something to eat while I'm waiting for my clothes to wash and my clothes to dry. But I hope, these couple of shirts that I noticed that are missing, hey, I hope they turn up. So, we'll see. That guy's in a hurry. Yeah, going 5 miles over the speed limit myself. Usually pretty safe to do that. Yeah, Palm Springs, 56 miles, Redlands, 12 miles. Starting to warm up. It's July 2nd right now, 2014. It's kind of cool. I don't do too many videos where I'm in the car. Riverside Avenue is the next one right there. Riverside Avenue is the next one. And I'm going to a place on Riverside Avenue and let's hope we have some luck. Riverside Avenue in the city of Rialto. Tomato, right? Rialto. I haven't really want to call it Rialto in a long time, but grew up in the area. Some people used to call it Rialto. Off to the right is trucks, or actually trains. One of my buddy's dad used to work at Union Pacific. Nice little drive. It's about 10:30 right now. Here we go. I think. Green light, but everything is kind of gridlocked right now. So maybe I have to wait for another green light. I don't know. Nope, I'm not gonna make it. Everything's gridlocked. I have to wait for the next one. The guy in front of me is looking through his rear view mirror. I'm not going to talk to myself as much. Just poking his head at the rear view mirror. Here we go, another green light. Alright, somewhere on the street, I'll look for employment. Get the ball rolling. As soon as this next light turns green, I'll shut the camera off, probably. I don't like to poke the camera up so much when people start wigging out. But I'll do it right now. And I'll turn the camera off. You just have fun. Okay, it's August the 2nd here. I just pulled in. My car's behind me, but since it's night, I'm not sure you can see it. Usually I convert this to black and white. It's sprinkling actually. It's early August, but it's sprinkling. And did a drive around town a little bit. Went to a Starbucks and uploaded a couple of hour-long videos. Set them to private because they're about running away and leaving. I had my last paycheck deposited yesterday. I gotta leave this area because I can't find work here. Gotta leave this area because I can't find work, and I hope I wind up in Seattle. That's one of the plans. The strongest of the plans that's out there right now. I might go stop and see my older sister in the San Francisco area first. Actually, more like San Jose. But, hey man, I'll miss it. I might not ever be here again, you know? Tomorrow's Sunday, and I might start packing, so we'll see how it goes, baby. Alright then. Oh, let me get my face. Let me get my face. Walk over here real quick. Okay, alright. Alright then. Okay, here. This one's kind of significant. Done a lot of vlogs, and a lot of times just shoot the crap and, you know, hope something significant comes out of it. A lot of the times the reason is just to clear my head. Just want to take a drive out there, clear my head as well. But I'm thinking about running away. I'm gonna try to sum this up into 10 minutes. I live in Southern California. I live in Fontana. I've been out of work for a long time, and I couldn't get a job at a fucking temp agency. I got arrested in the year 2000, and that derailed my life. I got arrested for the email. So I was on disability for 13 and a half years, and today, the last of my paychecks was deposited. And if there was a good job out here, fuck, I'd stay here. I don't really want to, but I'd stay here. And I got a message that was forwarded to me from my sister. She was down, the youngest of my sisters was down for a little more than a month. And she's having some of the same frustrations about not being able to find work, and she wants to go to Utah. Possibly if, you know, things don't pan out. I've done this before, though. I've done this a couple times before. Eventually I got my bachelor's degree from one of the Claremont colleges. I've taken off a couple times, though. I've taken off to New York City, stayed at the Chelsea for a while, and I did my fucking best. I did my fucking best to you know, maybe get a job at Rockefeller Center, you know, maybe on the stage of SNL or Conan O'Brien. This is back in 2004 when it was still out there. I don't know where it's at now. You know, maybe a stagehand or something. But this is no way to live. Especially if you have a degree from one of the Claremont colleges, a trailer in Fontana with no one around, nobody around, just the birds. Once one of my dogs will come out here and, you know, nip at my feet and stuff like that. This is crazy. This is motherfucking crazy the way life turned out. I kind of realize I'm not the only one. You know, a lot of people have had hard lives out there, and you know, the economy got bad or whatever. So with that said, it doesn't necessarily have to be like this either. You know, there's people achieving their dreams and all that. And sometimes you help a person, right? And then you know, maybe expect help back or whatever. I've talked about this before. And if you don't get the same help back, it fucking puts you in a bind. But part of the problem that I have out here is you go to an AM PM, and I speak broken Spanish, but most cashiers, it seems like most cashiers now speak fluent Spanish. And I swear to God, this does not feel like the same place when I graduated in 1989. And I tried to make it work out. It's just not working out, you know. So, you know, I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about heading up north, maybe visit my sister Ronnie. She lives near San Jose. And if she trips out a little bit, there's 3 different options I have from there. Seattle's one of them. I always wanted to wind up in Seattle. Another one's Lake Tahoe. I love my second cousin hates me or not. She hasn't talked to me in many years. But last time I saw her in Tahoe, things went well. She's a millionaire. And all I want is for someone to help me help myself. I graduated from bouquets are in Vermont. And it seems like I get a lot of lip service. But it feels like, you know, feels like after a certain point, they're like, hey, thank you for your tuition. Bam, shut up, get out of here, you know. And then, you know, there's a couple of other options. I've been putting these down on my phone inside so I don't forget crap and get to a critical juncture out there. And I'm like, oh, what was I supposed to do at this point? I have a loose kind of script. So I got my last paycheck today. And I was hoping to come around noon. It's a little after 4 o'clock right now. I was hoping to come around noon. But what happened is my sister, one of my other sisters, has been my conservator, and she deposits my checks, and this is the last one she'll have to do. But one of my branches closed for my bank. So the deposit was a little delayed. And since it was delayed, what I could have done if it was deposited at noon is go down and get my forklift certification. I've driven a forklift for 7 years. And it's not anything close to what I want in life. To be a warehouse guy again. But it sure the fuck beats being homeless, you know. It has, you know, possibilities of making 22, 23 bucks an hour, 19 bucks an hour, you know, 15 bucks an hour might be okay. But, you know, the check finally came through after 3 o'clock, I think. At least when I checked the fucking thing on an automated teller thing. And I'm like, oh, okay, it's too late to get the certified forklift thing. And then I started thinking, you know what, man? This is the last paycheck. Let's not do business as usual. Let's at least consider taking off to a place with a better economy, you know, a more vibrant environment, you know. I'm going to regret life. I will regret life. So I'm parked over here on the street. Right there. I will regret life if I don't go for, you know, something a little better than what I've had. This was survival for me. This was survival. You know, my dad invested in a pizza store in the early 90s, and we lost our house. Our house was 2 lots over. So this became, you know, this is basically a step up from being homeless, because this is not even code. This does not even meet code enforcement here. So it's not an official residence, really. So, I just keep getting these thoughts that, hey man, I deserve a little better than this. I deserve a little better than this. And I'll be damned if I don't at least try, you know. I've been talking about the Truman Show off and on over these last couple of weeks. And the bridge out of town is always under repair, you know. And that's how my life feels, you know. Like theoretically, yeah, I could take off and get a job here or there. You know, but it's just not panning out. So I got some of my laundry to do in there, and it's busy work right now. I made a few lists of things I'm going to take with me if I take off here. So we'll see how it goes. Wow, it's early August 2014. I'm in Southern California, where there's been an incredible drought, and it's raining. It's raining outside, man. I like the rain. Oh, wow, baby. Okay, I just did a piece right now. I'm actually filming while my camera is plugged in, because it's, you know, I like to plug it in. It ran out of batteries a couple days ago. Yesterday, the day before, whenever. And it sucks to run out of battery. But the piece I just did had to do with living a lie. I want to talk about when I was at school, though, college. It's a word I learned called ethnography. History, the theory goes, is written by the winners, okay? Specifically the winners of wars, okay? Or it could also be economic winners and, you know, other kind of winners, right? And you hope for integrity. On some level, you would hope for integrity, you know? You'd hope that whoever conquers another civilization, whoever, you know, let's suppose the North beating the South in the Civil War, you'd hope that they're dotting the I's and crossing the T's, and at least to some degree of integrity, talking about their own faults as much as the faults of the people that they fought. You would hope so. But some civilizations, some organizations have been known, or at least been accused, to incredibly embellish. Non-Catholic, Protestants I've heard in the course of my lifetime, accused the early Catholic Church of horribly lying and burning text and shit, and, you know, doing stuff based off their own convenience and, you know, as far as accusations go. But this kind of stuff's gone on, and you know, once in a while there'll be something like the Japanese internment camps that were going on during World War II. A bunch of Japanese were round up in California and other places where there was a high concentration of, you know, Asians here, and they got thrown into camps, and no one wants to talk about it. All they want to talk about is the camps where, you know, people died in Europe. And eventually, the United States not only admitted to it, but they paid reparations to the families of the people that were thrown in these camps, you know, out of paranoia, obviously, or whatever intelligence. Today, Dick Cheney would say they have intelligence or something, you know, motherfucking modern ways to say in some vague language that you have intelligence and it's a national security issue and there's no transparency, right? Seems to be the trend in the modern era, to some degree, to a great degree at least. But, you know, this term ethnography, I learned when I was going to one of the Claremont colleges. I might have heard it first in Seattle, actually, but, you know, during that period, when I was doing an internship for the AFL-CIO. And what an ethnographer does is talks to people that lost, okay, like the Japanese, for example, during World War II. And, you know, there's this glaring hole in our history books regarding some of these issues. And what are the biases of the people that write our history books? Who owns the companies that publish our history books? What's the agenda of these people? What are the pressures they face? You know, congressional scrutiny, PTA, you know, public watch groups and all this other crap, and obviously something like communism. You know, might emphasize Stalin and all the people that got killed or some shit. But if you read the same period of history from, let's say, not Czechoslovakia, the Czech Republic, the same period of history from a country that went through it, they're obviously going to portray things a lot different. But let's go to that ethnography idea. And not just ethnography, but biographies as well, just pure biographies. An ethnography goes into the stories of the people that lost, or the people that never had the chance to tell their stories correctly or something. And the ethnographer would talk to, the union was doing this with, you know, people that got suppressed, fired, and all that. And that's what I do. That's what this whole fucking thing is. Okay? Some people wonder, what the fuck are you doing here? You know, once in a while I have these comments, your videos suck or some shit, and that's okay. This is a testimony. This is a confession to some degree. And I have a documents channel, and if you can't read the documents, hopefully you could reference them, because I'll explain what the documents are in the description. And maybe go to the National Labor Relations Board and read the affidavit if you really want to. So, okay, I got fired during a fucking leave of absence. Okay, and ethnographer might take my story. This is just hypothetical. And the stories of people like me and compile them and say, hey man, here's a part of history that you guys ignored. Here's a part of history that you guys glossed over. Here's a part of history that you guys misconstrued. Stuff like that, right? So, I was talking about living a lie. Some people are more inclined to be bullshitters. And when I had roommates, I used to live a couple of places down that, not this next door, but the one after that. I had roommates in the early 90s. One of my roommates' name was Jeff. And we used to bullshit. But we used to do it, in a joking way. And we went to a concert in San Bernardino at the Orange Show, Orange Pavilion. See Jam Yankees in Bad Company. And while we were in line to get in, I told him my grandma was a pirate. And she, joked around she had an eye patch and shit like that, which is not true. But, we had smoked a little pot with this guy named, should I say it now? Kyle? He got in trouble. He got in trouble because we all worked together at Main Street Pizza. And my girlfriend put me on the spot. She goes, did you guys smoke? And I'm like, no. I only lied to her like 5 times in my life if I could think of, But I'm more inclined to lie when it's to save someone else's ass than my own. But, no, we used to bullshit like that, about seeing a space alien on the way home or some stupid shit. Well, that's for fun and all. But then an ethnographer is going to take stories of people that were marginalized and give them a voice or something. People that are looked over. The Kurds are out there in northern Iraq right now, and they're trying to get their own country, I guess. The Basque people between Spain and France, they don't have their own country, so some of these, you're at the mercy of other people that you don't identify with. If the Basque are at the mercy of National Geographic, or they're at the mercy of France or Spain to tell their story correctly, And, I don't like to be in this position where everything feels like a goddamn confession, like the REM song, that's me in the corner, that song. Every waking hour I'm choosing my confessions. That's not fun. It's not the fun way to live. But until I get on my feet and until I get regular work again, I have a bachelor's degree, and I travel around with my diploma in my trunk. Just in case someone fucking calls me on it. Okay, well, here it is, or just in case someone wants to see it. But we were talking about Bird on the Wire, and I was talking about other people that are okay with bullshitting. And people suggest bullshitting as a way to get by and lying on your application and stuff. And I'd just rather fucking go the straight and narrow, do it the right way. I have nothing to be ashamed of. I have a great work history, and I fucking have displayed confidence with my diploma. I've passed calculus. I took an anthropology class in the summer of 2000 at Cal State San Bernardino, and I read a couple of biographies on people from these underprivileged places. One of them was called Aman, A-M-A-N. And she talks about what it's like being in Eritrea, around Ethiopia, Somalia, that part of East Africa, and what it's like to be in these Muslim cultures and being circumcised, female circumcision, where they cut out your pleasure points down there. And, she was very open about life, and, hey, she was fine with it, But this kind of candor helps you learn about life. A normal person might want to embellish on that, Like, I got my junk still, right? Alright. Party on. 10 minutes. I'm at 10 minutes. 5th of July, 2014. Woo! Look here. Here's what I said. I said, my goal is to get hands-on construction training. A good friend of mine became a carpenter a few years ago and moved from California to Brooklyn, and he now loves the East Coast. I have an associate's degree in communication studies, and I believe I can effectively help in customer service or marketing. Great. She just wrote great right there. I don't know if I should wait for her to respond once again, but she'll probably give me something else. 3:40 p.m. and this is the priority. Getting a job is the priority. And the reason I'm doing this thing, the vlogging during it, is because I have apprehensions. You know, I don't fucking want to work, dude. No one wants to work. I just want people to give me money, and I want to be free to do whatever I want at any given time. But if I am gonna work, look at this big thing that just happened here. This is probably a fill-in. It's probably predetermined. Customer service performs basic clerical tasks such as systematically arranging letters, memorandum, invoices, and other index documents according to an established system. Operates office equipment and completes general office work. Stores interested require proficiency in basic word processing, spreadsheet, and data-based programs. Additional duties may include answering telephones and some data entry. Can you handle these effectively if yes. Yes, I have. I said I'm not going to do this. I said I'm not going to film myself while I'm typing the answer. Okay, I'm going to do this vlog real quick. I have to spit something out. I've been on disability for 13 and a half years. Just came from a job interview. Heading back home right now. And I want to talk about paranoia because I've been diagnosed with bipolar disorder and a few other things related to, mental issues. I was a part of the anti-nuke stuff when I was going to small school in Claremont. I was involved in labor organizations, and it's no secret whatsoever that the FBI and some other government agencies have been known in the past and present to tail you if you become effective as any kind of organizer against the establishment. So whether or not it happened with me, whether or not this happened, which I've talked to the Presidential Secret Service a few times, by the way, but whether or not I was put under surveillance like I thought I was, I had the sensation or the perception that it was going on, and this was a continual thing. Now, as far as Kiersey Bates and Carl Jung and personality temperament goes, I'm more on the intuitive side of life rather than the sensory side. And I border between thinking and feeling, by the way. And I'm a very much a connect the dots kind of person. Now, it took me a long time to believe in anything like telepathy or telekinesis or anything. But I had some experiences where I was thinking to myself, this shit's going on. Okay? I talked about this in recent vlogs before. And this thing didn't happen until my mid to late 20s. I was hoping it would. And I was a church-going person for a while, and I put blind faith into the people around me that said they've had supernatural kind of experiences or whatever. I'm about to run out of battery or fucking airtime, so I gotta wrap this up. But one of my issues was, now that the internet's here, if telepathy is possible, I thought I was a guinea pig. I thought I was one of the first guinea pigs of the fucking internet itself, of the commercial internet, where psychics, together with the fucking internet, were tracking my moves and fucking playing games with me. And I'll leave it at that. Okay, this is real weird right here. I can talk to you tomorrow. This lady has been reported on this website. Let's see what it's called. Rip-off report. See, Rosemary Holmes? And she's real aggressive about getting my information, so that was a red flag. And this Miss Rosemary contacted me, Oakland, New Jersey. And see, right in here, what you'll see is, you know, that they say they're from New Jersey. Not that's the big part right here. See New Jersey right there? And everything seemed pretty cool. And then she started talking. The very first thing is not the job, but it's about taxes. Look at this. She just sent me this. Okay, 8 a.m. I will send you a text. So as to remind you. Oh, fuck, man. This is crazy shit, man. This is crazy shit. So, this person that, you know, went through it already said that the secondary person's name is Angela Thomas. Okay, Maya Construction. You can Google this thing. And rip-off report. This bitch is gonna fucking, oh my god, now she's gonna be trying to get a hold of me on the phone and shit, man. Crap, baby, I'm gonna have to vlog on this one. Back her off, you know. Live and learn. Excuse me, here you go. You live and you learn. She can guess the drive-through.